Hi, I'm Kelsey Ruff Smith, Director of Programs here at the Community Foundation for Ocala, Marion County. And I'm here with April Savarese, the Director of the Boys and Girls Club of Marion County. And April, can you just tell us a little bit about your nonprofit? What does your nonprofit do? What population do you serve? And what essential need do you fill?
Sure. So the Boys and Girls Club of Marion County consists of three locations. We have one in the city of Ocala, one in Silver Spring Shores, and one in Denellen. And at these three locations, we serve about 1,000 youth between the ages of 6 and 18 every year. And when those kids come through our doors, we are providing a safe, enriching, and fun environment for these kids to be at. We focus on, we have a lot going on, but we have three real core areas that we focus on. One is academic success. The second is health and wellness, and the third is character and leadership. So we really try very hard to make sure that every activity that we have planned, every program that we're participating in helps support success in one of those three key areas. Now we're an open membership to whomever between the ages of 6 and 18, as long as they're enrolled in school, would like to join. However, we do serve primarily low-income households. As of this school year, 84% of our members are from what's considered a low-income household, and another 10% from a moderate level household, so very few from a higher earning household. And it's also important to note that 92% of the kids that we serve come from a household with either one or less biological parent. So we have, the majority of our members are multiple families in a household. Many of our members are being raised by grandparents, aunts, other family members, and they are struggling financially. So that's really the demographic that we serve.
Wow, that's great work that you're doing there. And so with COVID-19 happening right now, what are your biggest challenges?
Challenges? Oh no, right? Our biggest challenge, I think, is that we had to make the difficult decision in March, about halfway through spring break, to close our doors to our members. It was a tough decision because we wanted to be there for those kids, especially knowing that they weren't going to be at school during the day. And we felt like it was the best decision to not only protect the kids and our staff, but also the other members of the households that are part of our members' families. So that has been the biggest challenge because, how do we keep the kids engaged? How do we stay in a mentor type of relationship? How can we be there for our kids when they're not physically in our clubs?
Gotcha. And what are you most proud of through all of this?
Well, I love that we've been able to get really creative, and we offered our three locations as sites for the grab and go lunches. And of course, that is a way that many of our youth can get a healthy lunch and breakfast every day that they would normally get if they were in school. But it also allows us the opportunity to stay engaged with the youth. We've been packaging, I'm going to say, activity packets every week that are going to all the kids that are taking advantage of the grab and goes at our locations. Some of those are, academic games, math games, things about internet safety now that all of our kids are doing virtual school, health and wellness as far as safety. And so we've been able to really stay engaged by phone and by those interactions to at least be able to understand what the challenges are for our families and how can we help. And if we can't help, who can we connect them to bridge that resource? So I'm really happy that we've been able to be there in a different form, but be there for our kids and our families.
Awesome. So, my biggest question, of course, is how can people help you right now? Or who is it that you need help from today?
Yeah, so what I think is important to understand is that a lot of our funding is based on how many kids we're, helping or mentoring or coaching or tutoring. So we understand that in the coming months, a lot of our funders, the amount that we would typically have budgeted for will be decreased based on the number of kids that we're serving. And so we know the biggest ask I would have is that our supporters are still there for us, our corporate and our individual donors. But also, we're going to really need volunteers to help bridge those gaps when we come back to work. So, that's really important. And while we're in a time, I understand we're social distancing, but if we've got folks who are essential businesses that have some extra time to come and help with projects that we couldn't do with the kids here, like we've got some maintenance jobs and some, painting type work. If you're going a little stir crazy and you want to get out and take on a one man or one woman task, certainly I'm here almost every day in the office, so handling the calls and things like that. So, if you want to help, we can find a way for you to help. So
That's great. So if they want to help, April, what's the best way for them to contact you?
I would say the easiest and best way is just give me a phone call. The phone number it's 352-690-7545. And while I'm out visiting the Denellen side or the Shores site, you may get my voicemail. But that's probably the best way to try to get something set up.
Awesome. Well, I want to thank you for your time. Is there anything else we can share for you?
I think that's it.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, April. I really appreciate your time today.
Thank you.
Take care. Stay safe.